Alan, news over the weekend of a big oil find in Russia. Who's involved and what does it mean for them?
Well, Rosneft have announced that they found some oil and probably a lot of gas as well in the Kara Sea, in the Arctic Sea region. They're working with Exxon, and that's the interesting thing here. U.S. oil giant Exxon working with a Russian player. Normally, we would get, I think Exxon would be quite excited about this, but.
So what does it mean for Exxon? Obviously, there's the sanctions on Russia at the moment. How will this affect Exxon's potential investment in these oil fields?
Yeah, the sanctions are on future investment. If they wanted to continue developing things, if there was promise, and obviously they started with the notion of promise in the Arctic Sea, they would go forward. But now it's very unclear, isn't it? It's hard to see how they can really grow their investment there. They'll want to, probably, but. And Rosneft, by the way, is saying, not only do we have this discovery, but we're very happy with our relationship with Exxon and think everything's fine.
Does Exxon have much leeway with the US government to maybe ease its path through this tricky terrain?
Yeah, again, you would think so, but they are not, well, let's just put it this way. I would not expect a Democratic administration, the Obama administration in this case, to be any friend of Exxon. Exxon will have plenty of contacts in Washington, of course. You might say, well, if the Obama administration is not a friend, what about the Republican side? Well, quite a lot of the Republicans are probably pretty hawkish towards the stance on Russia. Where will Exxon find friends in Washington? And that's what they're going to need in order to move forward, if they wanted to, on Russia.
So let's say then that Russia is going to be difficult for Exxon to execute, to continue to invest in. Where then could the company go to find some growth, to find some new resources?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd say Russia was one of the big bets. They have done frankly, some very un-Exxon things recently. They bought XTO, a shale gas player in the United States. That hasn't worked out, mostly because of the dropping natural gas price. They've tried to do things in Iraq, both in the south, West Kurna, and in Kurdistan. So far, nothing. And Russia might have been properly a real something to look forward to. It's not clear where the organic growth is going to come from as they run through some of their projects now. They're going to have more free cash flow. I just wonder if they really should start thinking about acquiring something again. I know XTO wasn't great, but BP, just sitting there, slowly shrinking itself down, trying to control the whoopsies that it's had over the last 4 or 5, seemingly 10 years. That might be a good fit. They might want to think about something like that. They won't move quickly on it, but if oil prices fall much further and as the dollar keeps going up, it might be interesting.
That really will be the return of big oil M&A, a combination of Exxon and BP. Alan, thanks very much.